Hello, I am Deepak Gupta, at PatentYogi, with weekly patent news, a show that provides quick updates on the recent activity in the patent world. Last week, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Gilead introduced the Innovation Act, a bill designed to curb perceived patent litigation abuses. It's the second time the bill has been introduced. In 2013, Gilead sent up the same bill. It passed the House by a 325-91 margin, but hit a roadblock in the Senate. The bill, if passed, would do a number of things to make patent litigation more onerous for plaintiffs. It would require plaintiffs to disclose who the owner of a patent is before a lawsuit is filed, and demand that plaintiffs explain why they are suing a particular defendant in their court pleadings. It also requires courts to decide early on whether a patent is invalid. The most controversial part of the bill concerns fee shifting. The law would require judges to make parties who bring lawsuits that are not reasonably justified in law and fact pay their opponents legal fees. Many software companies, like Google, seem to support the bill. However, a host of biotech companies and others, including Qualcomm, Merck, and Monsanto, object to the bill, claiming recent other measures have adequately reined in the worst litigation abuses. Chinese government reveals Microsoft's secret list of Android killer patents. For many years now, Microsoft has held that it has loads of patents that are infringed by Google's Android operating system. Microsoft has revealed a few of those patents, but for the most part, they've remained secret. For the first time, a list of 310 Android-related patents owned by Microsoft has been released. The list of patents was produced as part of a Chinese government antitrust review relating to Microsoft's purchase of Nokia. The list is divided into 3 sections: 73 patents that are said to be standard essential patents, implemented in smartphones generally, followed by 127 patents that Microsoft says are implemented in Android. The final section includes the remaining assets. The patent list is strategically significant because Microsoft has managed to build a huge patent licensing business by taxing Android phones without revealing the kind of leverage they really have over those phones. Recent estimates of its Android licensing business suggest Microsoft is earning somewhere between $1 billion and $2 billion from Android device makers paying royalties. Moving on to the courtroom section, Intellectual Ventures won a $17 million jury verdict against Symantec, which is significantly less than the $298 million Intellectual Ventures was seeking. Intellectual Ventures had acquired this patent for less than $1 million. Intellectual Ventures alleged that Symantec's security software, including Norton antivirus tools, infringed on its patents. The verdict could have an impact in a similar case being pursued by Intellectual Ventures against Trend Micro. The trial is set to begin in May. Sprint won $27.6 million in damages from Comcast in a patent infringement case. After a 1-week trial, a federal jury in Delaware found that Comcast infringed on Sprint patents by making and using solid ring networks in particular markets. The technology is used to deliver data over fiber optic networks. The verdict represents the full amount of damages sought by Sprint. IBM has sued online travel company Priceline and 3 subsidiaries, including Kayak and OpenTable, for refusing to negotiate a license to 4 of its patents. The patents relate to methods for presenting applications and advertising in an interactive service, a method for preserving state information on previous interactions of a user on a website, and an improved way for signing on. IBM had notified Priceline in a letter in October 2011 that it was infringing these patents. In the filing, IBM said, Priceline has refused to engage in any meaningful discussion on the merits, resorting instead to delay and non-responsive answers. Microsoft and Samsung have settled their 6-month-long dispute in Android patent royalties. The 2 companies posted identical statements on their respective blogs, saying, Samsung and Microsoft are pleased to announce that they have ended their contract dispute in the United States court as well as the ICC arbitration. Terms of the agreement are confidential. Here are statistics for patent litigations filed last week. It is time for the international news. In 2011, European Commission found intellectual property rights as the key assets of the EU economy. It also said the current European system was complex, fragmented and costly, with different decisions in different member states creating legal uncertainty. In 2012, the Commission proposed the establishment of a seamless, integrated single market for intellectual property rights, which will also include the establishment of a unitary patent for Europe. In 2013, a common patent court was also proposed for participation of all member states of the European Union. A single court case will therefore decide on the validity of a patent throughout up to 25 states, eliminating the need for country-by-country litigation. The court will come into force as soon as 13 states, including France, Germany and the United Kingdom, ratified it. To date, only Austria, Belgium, Denmark, France, Malta and Sweden have ratified the agreement. Last November, the Irish government confirmed that a local division of the Unified Patent Court will be established in Ireland, which would allow businesses to resolve disputes around intellectual property rights locally, rather than in other EU member states. However, ratification in Ireland will require a referendum to amend the constitution. The referendum is likely to be held by the end of this year, or early in 2016. Qualcomm was fined $975 million by Chinese antitrust regulators, who set new terms for smartphone makers to license Qualcomm's technology, ending an inquiry that threatened the Qualcomm's growth in China, the biggest mobile market. China's National Development and Reform Commission found that Qualcomm violated its anti-monopoly law. The regulator said that the behavior of Qualcomm restricted competition in the market, curbed technology innovation, and harmed the interests of consumers. Qualcomm can use its protected patent technology to charge reasonable patent fees. Qualcomm's shares gained 1.2% to $67.11 at the close in New York. Member countries of the APEC committed anew to continue their collaboration and support for initiatives and measures that would boost intellectual property rights protection in 40th APEC Intellectual Property Rights Experts Group meeting held in Clark, Pampanga, Philippines last week. In particular, APEC representatives discussed the facilitation of innovation and the exploitation of it among SMEs. Hong Kong and Mexico signed an MOU on cooperation in the field of intellectual property. The MOU provides a framework to facilitate cooperation in the areas of IP, such as exchange of information, best practices and experience, training of personnel, promotion of IP trading and commercialization, as well as joint organization of seminars and conferences. After losing its bid for a new Indian patent covering its blockbuster hepatitis C treatment Sovaldi, Gilead Sciences is now threatened with a similar action at the European Patent Office in Munich. Médecins du Monde, a medical aid charity, filed the challenge, citing the exorbitant cost of the drug, which boasts high cure rates and fewer side effects than old interferon-based treatment cocktails. The group argues that Gilead is abusing its patent to charge unsustainable prices. The group claims that while the use of Sovaldi in hepatitis C is a noteworthy advance, the drug itself, sofosbuvir, is the result of work by many public and private researchers, and isn't sufficiently innovative in itself to justify a patent. Here are some awesome patents published this week. Facebook is moving into the territory of LinkedIn. A new technology war is about to start in the social media space, and it is going to be brutal. LinkedIn runs a popular service called LinkedIn Influencer Program. LinkedIn detects people who are famous on the platform, and sends them an invite to become an official influencer on LinkedIn. This week Facebook has been granted a patent to identifying experts and influencers on Facebook. Facebook monitors rate of sharing of a post, and identifies the points along the curve at which the rate of sharing increases significantly. The users who have caused these significant local increases are identified as influencers for the relevant subject. Then, based on the origin of the post, experts are identified from the influencers. The patent also discloses utilizing the identified experts and influencers for advertising, social grouping, and other suitable purposes. Amazon patented a dual display Kindle. The second display is a narrow display that runs parallel to the main display. The second display is used to scroll up and down, zoom in and out, navigate to table of contents. Samsung patented an array speaker to send directed sound in specific directions. The array speaker will relieve smartphone users of the earphones. Google patented an odor-removing wearable device. A sensor detects physical activity of its user and emits a fragrance to combat any offending odors. The device looks like a small, portable fan that can be attached to the waistline or the neckline of a shirt. Thanks for liking and sharing the video. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking the big red button to receive updates on new videos published every week. If you are viewing this on a mobile device, please find the subscription link in the description below. Until next time, keep innovating and keep patenting.